Okay, we start with module 11, okay? So it says here you need to factor each polynomial, okay? So you have two monomials, or you have two terms. You have this term and you have this term. You have this term. Remember, the term goes with the ishara. So this is positive 7x. You'll find the prime factorization, which will just be 7 darb x. And this is positive 49, and you find the prime factorization, which will be 7 darb 7. Okay? Then you find the greatest common factor, which is just 7. So you write here, GCF is 7. So the GCF always goes outside, then you open bracket. What is remaining? Positive x. What is remaining? Positive 7. And this is your answer. Okay, so we do the same thing here. We have 8m and we have negative 6. Remember, each term has an ishara in front of it. The ishara here is positive, the ishara here is negative. So this will be 2 times 2 times 2 times m. And then the prime factorization of this will be negative 1 times 2 times 3. Okay? How do I know I'm correct? If I multiply these, I should get 8m. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times m is 8m. So then I do prime factorization of negative 6. So because it's a negative, I should always start with negative 1. And then what two prime numbers can I multiply that give me 6? 2 and 3. Then I find the greatest common factor, which is 2. So I write greatest common factor is 2. Greatest common factor goes outside. What is remaining? 4m. Why 4m? 2 times 2 is 4 times m. Okay? Then what is remaining here? Negative 1 times 3. These two are remaining, so minus 3. And this is my answer. Now, how do I check if I am correct? If I do distributive property, I should get back to the question. 2 times 4m, 8m. 2 times negative 3, negative 6. Same thing here. 7 times x, 7x. And 7 times positive 7, positive 49. So now I need to do this. Okay, I need to do this now. So this is 5a squared negative 15. This will be 5 multiply a multiply a. This will be negative 1 multiply 3 multiply 5. So my greatest common factor is 5. So right here, GCF is 5. So 5 goes outside. What is remaining? A squared. And then what is remaining? Negative 3. So this is our answer. Okay. So this becomes 10q, and this becomes negative 25q squared. That becomes 2 times 5 times q. This becomes negative 1 times 5 times 5 times q times q. So I have 5 and I have q. So my greatest common factor is 5q. So 5q goes outside. What remains? 2. And then here, negative 1 times 5 times q is negative 5q. Okay? And then this is our answer. Same thing we do here, a squared, b squared, and we have a. So this will be a, darb b, darb b. And this will just be a. So greatest common factor is a. So greatest common factor is a. A goes outside. What is remaining? A, b squared. Nothing is remaining. When nothing is remaining, it is positive 1. Okay? When you have nothing remaining over here, it is positive 1. Okay? So that goes away. So this becomes our answer. All right, let's do this one. Here we have 3 terms. We have x, we have x squared y, we have x cubed y squared. So here it is just x. Here it is x, x, y. Here it is x, 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 y, y. Now, the only greatest common factor is x. So greatest common factor is x. Okay, so x goes outside. Nothing is remaining, so I'll put positive 1. Xy is remaining, and it is positive, so plus xy. And here x squared, y squared is remaining, and they are both positive. So x squared, y squared. So this is our answer. Okay. All right, let's do this one. We have 3p squared r squared. We have positive 6pr, and we have positive p. 3 times p times p times r times r. 2 times 3 times p times r, and just p. So our greatest common factor is p. Greatest common factor is p. So we write p bracket. What is remaining? 3pr squared. 3pr squared. These are all positive, so the positive ishara. 2 times 3 times r is 6r. And then nothing is remaining here, plus 1. So we close our bracket. What do I write? For a squared, b squared, 16 positive 16ab, and positive 12a. Okay. 2 times 2 times a times a times b times b. And then here, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4 times 4, 16 times a times b. And then here, 3 times 4 times a. So, no, 3 times, sorry. This would be 2 times 2 times 3 times a. Okay. Now we have this. We have this. We have this. And that's it. There's no A here and another A here. There is no B here. So we cannot choose the B's. Okay? So our greatest common factor is 2 times 2 times A, which is 4A. So we write 4A outside, and then we get the remaining. AB squared, AB squared, positive 4B, positive 4B, and positive 3. Okay? And then this is the answer. Okay, let's do this. We have 10h cubed n cubed. We have negative 2. We have negative 2 hn squared, and we have positive 14 hn. So this is 2 times 5 times h times h. I don't have space. Start here, 10 h cubed n cubed. So that becomes 2 times 5 times h times h times h times n times n times n. Okay, then I have negative 2hn squared, negative 1 times 2 times h times n times n. Then I have 14hn, which will be 2 times 7 times h times n. So I have 2, and I have h, and then I have n. So my GCF is 2 times h times n, which is 2hn. Okay, so that goes outside. 2hn goes outside. What is remaining? 5. I have 5 here. I have h squared, n squared. 5 h squared, n squared. What is remaining? Negative 1 and n. Negative n. Negative 1 darb n is negative n. What is remaining here? Positive 7. Positive 7. And this is our answer. Okay, so we do this one. 48 a squared b squared and negative 12 ab. So this will be 2 times 2 times 2 times another 2 times 3. 8 times 6, and then a times b times b. This becomes negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 3, a, b. I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, and I have this. So our greatest common factor is 2 times 2 times 3 times a times b, which is 12ab. 4 times 3 is 12, and then ab. Now we write 12ab outside, and we go back to what is remaining. So we have 4ab. We have 4 here, a and b. Here, what is remaining? Only negative 1. So we put negative 1 here, and then that becomes our answer. Okay, so then we'll do 36 over here. So we have 6x squared y, and then we have negative 21 y squared w, and then we have 24x w. So this becomes 2 times 3 times xy. This becomes negative 1 times 3 times 7 times times y times w. And then this becomes negative, no, it's not negative, it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times x times w. So it looks like we will not have any half outside because x is only in 2 places, so x is not here. Y is also in only 2 places, and w is only on 2, so the halves would stay the same. So now let's look if we have rakams. So we only have 3. Okay, So GCF is 3. So 3 outside. What is remaining? 2x squared y. What is remaining? Negative 7 y squared w, because we have negative 1 and 7, and then this is y squared w. And then here we have 8, positive 8 xw. And remember, we've already discussed how to check our work. How do you check if your answer is correct? 3 times 2x squared, 6x squared. 3 times negative 7y squared w, negative 21 y squared w. 3 times 8xw, positive 24xw. I will do 37 down here. So we have x squared, we have 3x, we have x. Okay. Now, these, how do they want us to do this? They want 2 brackets. Okay, we'll do 2 brackets. We'll do this bracket, and we will do this bracket. Okay? All right. So on one side, we will do x squared plus, this is 3x. And then on this side, we will do x and 3. Okay? All right. Why didn't they want us to make this together? We can put this together before x instead of having 2 brackets. X squared plus 4x plus 3. Because these are friends. Okay. So we can either do with 2 brackets or we can do it this way. So I don't know how the answers are in the book. So let's do it this way first. So this becomes x squared, 4x, and 3. This becomes x times x. This becomes 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times x. Okay. Very good. Very good. They gave us this example. Now, what do you notice? No GCF. So when there's no GCF, what do we write? GCF is 1. Okay? And then it stays this way, which means you did not factor. So you cannot do it this way. Lazim, you do it 2 ways. So let's do it this way. So we have x and x, and then we have 3 and x. And then we have x, and we have 3. Okay? So now here, the greatest common factor is x. So GCF is x. So x outside, x plus 3. Okay? Now, here we cannot factor, so it stays the same. And because we don't have our GCF will be Wahed. Will be positive 1. Okay? Excuse me. So then we will write here positive 1. And then we will write what we have, x plus 3. Now, my 2 brackets are the same. So my answer will be out, in. Out, in. Out is who? X plus 1. X plus 1. In is who? X plus 3. But it doesn't matter. You can do in and out. You can also do in and out. So you will have x plus 3, x plus 1. They will all give you the same answer. Okay? So if you combine these and you don't find a GCF for all 3, so that means you did not factor. So that means you have to divide it into 2 parts. you do the left part and the right part separately, like the way we did here. So this is our answer. Okay. Same thing here. We will separate this 2 like this and separate this 2 like that. Do that. So we'll do here 2x squared and negative 5x. And here we will do 6x and negative 15. So this will be 2 times x, and this will be negative 1 times 5 times x. Your greatest common factor is x. GCF is x. So then x outside, what do we have remaining? 2 and negative 2x, 2x, and negative 5. Negative 5. Okay. Now we come here. We do this one. This one will be 2 times 3 times x. This one will be negative 1 times 3 times 5. This one goes away. GCF is 3. So our answer is 3 outside for the GCF. What is remaining? 2x, and this gives me negative 5. Then I check, is my inside the same? Yes. If my inside is the same, I just write my answer. This is x. This is positive 3. If there is no ishara here, then that means you need to put positive. And this is your out, right? Okay. And then here is your in. Your in is who? 2x minus 5. And then you box your answer. Or in and out, you do 2x minus 5, x plus 3. Either way is your answer. Okay. All right. So we come here. We do 3. No. We first divide our work. Then here we will do. Here we will do 3n squared. And here we will do positive 6np. Here we will do negative np minus 2p squared. Negative 2p squared. Okay. Here we will do 3 darb n. Here we will do 2 darb 3 darb n darb p. This goes away and this goes away. So GCF is 3n. What is remaining? N, and here plus 2p. How do I know plus 2p? Because there's no ishara in front of 2. Now I need to do this one. This one becomes negative 1 darb n darb p, because this is negative, and this becomes negative 1 darb 2 darb p. This p goes away, and this one goes away. So now I have GCF is negative p. Okay. Wait, let's show how we got negative p. We have negative 1 darb p and then negative p. So then outside is negative p. Inside we have n plus 2p. Then I check my inside are the same. So then I write out, in. Out is 3n minus p. And in is n plus 2p. And I box my answer. Or I can write it as in and out. In is who? N plus 2p. And out is 3n minus p. Okay? So either way, the important thing is you need to know how to prime factorize. And then you need to know how to find your GCF. And then you need to check who is remaining carefully. Okay, so here we will do over here. So you have 4x squared negative 1.2x. Okay, so we have 2 times 2 times x times x. We can have 2 times 2. No, it's negative, so it should do negative 1. And then times 2 times 2 times 0.3. Okay, I need to use x. Okay. All right. Times 0.3. Okay. Now I have 2, and I have 2, and I have x. So my GCF is 2 times 2 times x, which is 4x. So 4x outside, and then what is remaining? X. X is remaining, okay? Then what is remaining here? Negative 0.3. Okay, now we do the same thing here. We have 0.5x, and then here we have negative 0.15. This will just give me 0.5 that of x. And this one will give me 0.5, 0.3 times 0.5. Okay. It is negative, so I will write here negative 1, negative 1 times 0.3 times 0.5. There's no x, okay? And then this goes with this. So then I have my GCF. My GCF is 0.5. Okay, then I write my answer 0.5. What is remaining? X. And then negative 1 times 0.3, negative 0.3. Okay, now let us put our answer. So we want out and in. Our out is 4x plus 0.5. Our in is x minus 0.3. And we box our answer. And you write it the other way around. In and out. X minus 0.3 for x plus 0.5. Okay. All right, let's do this one. Here we have 9x squared minus 3xy. That becomes 3 times 3 times x times x. This becomes negative 1 times 3 times x times y. X and x goes, 3 and 3 goes. So GCF is 3 times x, which is 3x. We write it outside, and then what is remaining? 3x and negative y. Okay. Now I need to do this side, 6x minus 2y. This will be 2 times 3 times x, negative 1 times 2 times y. this goes away. So GCF is 2. So 2 outside. What is inside? 3x minus y. And then this is the same, so I know my answer is correct. So we'll do out in 3x plus 2. How do I know? This doesn't have an ishara here. So it has to be positive. Lazim you put ishara inside. There has to be an ishara. You cannot just write 3x and 2. You have to write 3x, either nagas 2 or zaid 2. Lazim. Okay, then here you have, what is inside? 3x minus y. And this is your answer. Okay, let's do this. We divide it here. So I have, what do I have here? 3x squared, 24x. 3 times x, 3 times 4, no, 4 is not a prime number. So this is 8 times 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times x. And then we have x here, we have 3 here. So GCF is 3 times x, which is 3x. Okay, so we have 3x bracket. What is remaining? X plus what is remaining? 8. Okay, so now we have here negative 1.5x and we have negative 12. What do we have? Okay, we can use 3. So negative 1 times 3 times 0.5 times x. Then here we'll have negative 1 times 3 times 4. So this goes and this goes. Okay. Why did I put 4? Should not put 4, should put 2. Okay. Okay. All right. So our GCF is whole. Negative 1 times 3, which is negative 3. So I will have that here, negative 3 bracket. Then 0.5x plus 4. Okay. So then, but why is our answer not the same here? Why do we not have this the same? So maybe this cannot be factored. Maybe that's the answer to this. Okay, I'll come back to this question. Why? Because we have a decimal here. Did I do this correctly? Negative 1 times 3 times 0.5 times x. I agree. And here we have negative 1 times 3, which is Okay, negative 3 times 4, giving us negative 12. Okay, let's see this one. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And then here we have 3 times x, and then x goes and 3 goes. So we have 3x, okay? And then what is remaining? X, and we have 8. So how do I know something is wrong? Because I don't have the same inside, okay? So either the answer to this means it cannot be factored. Okay, I will look at this again and we'll come back to it. Okay. All right, so let's do this one. Here we have 2x squared. First divide. 2x squared minus 2x squared. And then here we have negative 0.6x. Okay. So this becomes 2 darb x darb x. This becomes negative 1 times 2 times 0.3 times x. Okay, because I don't have space here. Now, let's do this, or let's find GCF. So I have x and I have 2. Okay, so GCF is 2x. So 2x goes outside. What is remaining here? X. What is remaining here? Negative 0.3. Okay, because you have negative 1 times 0.3. Then we have here 3x and negative 0.9. So we have 3 and x, and then we have negative 1, and then we have negative 3, then we have 3, and then we have 0.3, and then we have x. So x and x goes away, 3 and 3 goes away. So then I have GCF is 3 multiply x, which is 3x. Okay, so 3x outside. What is remaining? I have x. No, I don't have x. I don't have anything here. So that means I have 1. Okay, since I don't have anything here, I have 1. And then here I have where did I get x from here? There's no x here. There's no x on 0.9. Okay. All right. My CF is just 3. Okay. All right, now let's write our answer. So this is 3. What is remaining? X. And then negative 1 times 0.3, negative 0.3. Now, if you notice here, my answer for the inside is the same. So now let's write our complete answer. We want out, in. So out and in. Out is 2x plus 3. Why? Because this 3 is positive. Okay. And then our in is x minus 0.3. We box our answer. Okay. I factor each polynomial if possible. If the polynomial cannot be factored using integers, then you must write prime. So now here, you have to do jadwal. But first, you need to find the GCF of all these 3 people. Step 1, find the GCF of all your terms. Okay? So 5x squared, 34x, and 24. You check for GCF first. 5 ضرب 5 ضرب x ضرب x. Then this will be 2 times 17. So 2 times 17 times x. And then this will be 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8 times 3. And you can notice there's no GCF. So if there's no GCF, then you go to table. Okay? Here you will need your B. Here you will need your A multiply C. Okay? Now, who is your B? Your B is positive 34. Who is your A? Your A is 5 and your C is 24. And that should give you, what is 24 times 5? I think it's 100. 120. Okay. 24 times 5 is 120. Yes, because 5 times 4 is 20 and 20 times that is 100. If you add them, you get 120. Now, I want two numbers that when I multiply, I will get 120. So I want factors of 120. Now, why I don't need negative factors of 120? Because my B is positive. So I only want positive factors of 120. Now, what two numbers can I multiply that will give me 120? 1 and 120. 2 and 60. 3 and 40. 4 and 30. 5 and 24. 6 and 20. 7 or 8. I don't think 8 can multiply 120. 120 divide 8. 15. Okay. 8 and 15. 9. No, 9 times nothing is 12. 120 taksim 9. It will give me a decimal. So the next number is 10. 10 and 12. Okay, like that. I think this is enough. Now, let me check. If I add them, what do I get? What is 10 plus 12? 22. Not good. I want 34. So not my answer. 8 plus 15, 23. Not good. I want 34. This 26, not good. This 29, not good. This 34. So there is my answer. Okay, so then what do I write? Now I will write 5x squared now 4 and 30. 30 is more friends of 5. So I will put here 30x and I will put here 4x because 4 is friends with 24. Okay. So now it is easier. So now I will divide here. Now I can find greatest common factor. So I do 5x squared and 30x. Okay. So I will do 5 times x times x. 5 times x times x. And then this one will be 5. No, I start with 2. I can start with 5 also. It doesn't matter. So this will be 2 times 15. So 2 times 3 times 5 times x. This goes away and this goes away. So GCF is 5x. So 5x outside. What is inside? X. What is here? Plus 6. Okay, now I need to do this one. 4x and 24. So this is 2 times 2 times x. This is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times x. 2, 2, and x. There's no x here. Okay, like that. So then I have GCF. GCF is 2 times 2, which is 4. So 4 outside, inside is x plus 6. This and this are the same, so I write in, out, in, 5x plus 4, x plus 6. And I get my answer. Okay? Now, I don't have space to do this. Yeah, we'll come back to this. Maybe, let's see. Maybe we create space here. All right, so let's do GCF of 2x squared, 19x, and 24. But you should know by looking. You should know by looking. There is no number that can go in 2, 19, and 24. There is no... Actually, 19 is a prime number. These other ones are composite numbers. So there is no common factor of 19, 2, and 24. But if you don't know your numbers, then you have to do the work so that you don't get your answer wrongly. This is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And you can see no greatest common factor. So because no GCF, we go to the jadwal. Okay. Here we are going to do B, which is 19. And here we are going to do A multiply C, which is 2 multiply 24, which is 48. Now I want two numbers that when I multiply will give me 48. And I want my numbers to be positive because my B is positive. I don't need to use negative factors of 48. Okay? And that means I should also know my timetables. What two numbers when I multiply will give me 48? I start with 1. 1 times 48. 2 times 24. 3 times 16. I think that's what it is. 48 times Taksim 3 gives me 16. 4 times 12. 5 does not go. 6 times 7. Am I right? No. 6 times 8, not 6 times 7. 6 times 8. And then 8 times 6. 9, no. 10, no. 11, no. 12 times 4. And because already 12 there, then 16 times 3, which is the same thing here. So I don't have to repeat. I'll get the same thing because I already have 12 and 4 here. Now let me add. Okay. Now let us add 8 plus 6, 14. This is not our answer because we want 19 here. This is also 14, not our answer. This is 16, not our answer. This is 19, so this is our answer. Okay? So then I will write 2x squared. Now between 3 and 16, who is friends with 2? 16. So plus 16x. Then plus 3x. because 3 is a factor of 24. So also that you have to be strategic. You have to look who is friends with who and arrange them accordingly. Okay, so now then we do this. Okay, so here we will do 2x squared 16x, and here we will do 3x 24. Now this is 2 times x times x. This is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times x. This is 3 times x, and this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Then we find our greatest common factor. We have 2, and we have x. So 2x is our GCF. GCF is 2x. 2x here, x plus 8. Okay, and then how do I check? 2x times x, 2x squared, 2x times 8, 16x. Then I come here, GCF. So I have 3 only. So GCF is 3, 3 outside. We have x, and then we have positive 8. Now, how do I know I'm correct? My inside is the same. Okay, now let's write our answer. 2x plus 3 and x plus 8. This is out, this is in, and this is our answer. Okay. Here we will have a common factor. Why? Because all my coefficients or all my numbers are even. So I know I will have a greatest common factor. Two times x times x. 2 times 11 times x. 2 times 5. So my greatest common factor is 2. So now I will write 2. And then what is remaining? 2x squared plus 11x plus 5. Then I will just do jadwal for this. But I have to remember, I need this in my answer. This is very important, so circle it. You need to use it. Don't forget it. So now we draw our jadwal. Oh, we need to write here GCF. GCF is 2. Okay. And now we need to do our jadwal. Here is B. Here is A darb C. My A is 2. My C is 5. Okay. So B is what? 11. Positive. And AC is 10. Now I need to write the numbers, the factors of 10, and I want positive factors of 10. And when I multiply, I should get, I want 2 numbers or 2 factors. When I multiply, will give me 10. So 1 times 10. I should just do it here. 10 times 1. And then 2 times 5, 5 times 2. Same thing. Why am I repeating? Is there another one? No, there's no other one. Because 3 does not go in 10, 4 does not go. So these are the numbers. 5 plus 2 is 7. So therefore, these are not my friends. So I have 10 plus 1 is 11, and 1 plus 10 is 11. So either one of them, okay? Doesn't matter. So now I want to see. I can either put x, so I can write it like this, 4x squared plus x plus 10x, because I'm looking for 11. Why am I putting, it's supposed to be 2. 2x, I'm supposed to be here now. 2x, okay, then plus 5. Now, why did I do this? Because 10 and 5 are friends. Okay, that's why I decided to put 10 over here. But I can also put 10 over here. It doesn't matter. Now I need to divide this into 2, like this. And I'm going to do here 2x squared, and here x. So this will be 2 darb x, and here will just be x. So this goes away. GCF is 1. So this is, if GCF is, no, GCF is x, not 1. GCF is x. So this will be x, and then this will be 2x plus 1. Why 1? Because there's nothing remaining. So let's do this and this. So this will be 2 times 5 times x, and this will just be 5. GCF is 5. GCF is 5. So 5 bracket 2x plus 1, because there's nothing remaining here. Now, how do I know I'm correct? My insides are the same. So now I will write x plus 5, which is my out, and then my in, which is 2x plus 1. And then you remember this 2 that you had over here? Yes? That also comes here. So therefore, this is your answer. Okay? So I suggest when you find this GCF, make a box where you're going to put your answer and put it there so that you don't forget it. Okay? All right. Same thing here. I want to see. Let me erase this so I can create more space. I need space. I should have put this in a different slide. Okay. All right. So now we do this one. I know we are going to have a GCF because all my numbers are even. So now we will do 4x. Let me use a different color. We use blue. So 4x squared (4x squared) 38x 70. So 2 times 2 times x times x. And then this will be 2, what is 38? Divide to 19. So this will be 2 times 19 times x. And this will be 2 times 35. And 35 is 5 times 7. Okay. So here is my GCF. So GCF is 2. And therefore, I will have 2x squared plus 19x plus 35. Now, because this 2 is here, we're going to write our answer here. So we're going to create our box. We're going to write 2, and then we're going to open 2 brackets. Okay. Now we want to do jadwal for this part, table for that part. So let's draw our table. Okay, now I want 2 numbers. I want my B, which is positive 19, and I want my AC, which is 70. Because it is 2 times 35, which will be 70. Now, what 2 numbers can I multiply will give me 70? And they have to be positive because my B is positive. So 1 and 70, 2 and 35, 3 does not go into 70, 4 does not go into 70. Because I'll get a decimal. 5, so 70 divide 5, 14. So 5 and 14. 6 does not go, 7 and 10. 8, no, 9, no, 10 is already here. So this is 17. This is not our answer. This is 19. This is our answer. So then, what do? We come here. We write 2x squared. We have 5. We have 14. 14 is friends with 2. So 14x plus 5x plus 35. Because 5 is friends with 35 and 14 is friends with 2. So I switch them. Then now I do this. So then we have 2x squared, and then we have 14x. So we have 2 times x, and then here we have 2 times 7 times x. And then here we have 5x, and here we have 35. So this will be 5 times x, and this will be 5 times 7. Okay, now circle this, and then circle that. So what do you have? GCF here is 2x. So 2x outside, x plus 7, x plus 7. And then here, GCF is 5. So 5 outside, x plus 7. And I know I'm correct because this is the same. So I write here 2x plus 5 and x plus 7. And therefore, that is my answer. Okay? All right. There is no greatest common factor between 2, -3, and -9. So I'll just go to my jadwal. My B is -3, and my A darb C is 2 times -9, which is -18. So here you'll have to do the factors 2 different ways because your B is negative and your AC is also negative. So what 2 numbers can you multiply will give you -18? So either -1 times 18 or 1 times -18. -2 times 9 or 2 times -9 or -3 times 6 or 3 times negative 6. Okay? Now add them. What is 3 plus negative 6? Negative 3. This is my answer. I don't even need to continue. If I do this, this will be 3. This is not my answer. I want negative 3. I don't want 3. 2 plus negative 9 is negative 7. I don't need it. I want negative 3. So that's why I stopped over here. So now let's do our work. So now we have 2x squared. Between these two people, who is friends with 2? Negative 6 is friends with 2. So negative 6x, and then negative 3. No, positive 3, because this is positive. Positive 3x minus 9. Then now I do this. So now I have 2x squared minus 6x. So this becomes 2 times x times x. And this becomes negative 1 times 2 times 3 times x. So this and this goes away, and this goes away. So your GCF is 2x. So this is 2x bracket. X is remaining minus 3. Okay? Then you do over here 3x and negative 9. Then you have 3 darab x. And here you have negative 1 darab 3 darab 3. This goes away. So this GCF is 3. And then 3 here. And then x minus 3. And I know I am correct because my insides are correct. So then I write my answer out in 2x plus 3. This is positive 3 here. And then x minus 3. Make sure you check that they are the same before you decide to box your answer. Okay? All right. So that is done. 4, 13, and 10, they don't have a greatest common factor, so I just go to jadwal. Okay. So here I will have B, which is negative 13, and here I will have C, AC, which is 40, because 4 times 10. Okay. Now I will want to have both negative factors. I cannot use positive factors because when I add positive numbers, I'll not get a negative answer. So I only want to use negative factors because my B is negative. Okay. So negative 1 times negative 40, negative 2 times negative 12, negative 4 times 10, negative 5 times negative 8. The other number will be 10, so I don't. So erase this. This should be enough. Now start adding. Negative 5 minus 8 is negative 13. Negative 5 plus negative 8 is negative 13. So that's how I know this is my answer. Okay? Now, who is friends with 4? Negative 8. So I will write 4x squared minus 8x minus 5x plus 10. Then I continue. So this is 4x squared minus 8x, and here minus 5x and positive 10. This becomes 2 times 2 times x times x. This becomes negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times x. Negative 1 times 5 times x. 2 times 5. What does this become? 2. What does this become? X. So GCF is 2x. What is remaining? So we have 2x here, bracket. 2x is remaining also. Okay. I agree. Then over here, because I took this out, I have -4. -4. Very good. How do I know I am correct? 2x times 2x, 4x squared. 2x times -4, -8 squared. Now I need to do this. My greatest common factor here is 5. So GCF is who? 5. 5 outside. What goes inside? -x. Why did I put -x? Did I do this correctly? Why does it look crazy? -x plus 2. Ah, there you go. I did this wrongly. So I also have another here. So my GCF is 4x. See, that's how I know I check my work. So if my GCF is 4x, now what do I have? I have x and I have -2. There you go. Now they look almost the same because the numbers are the same, but the isharas are not the same. I need to change the ishara for this. So I will multiply with -1. So here, -1, -1, -1. So I will have -5x minus 2. Now my insides look the same. Because my inside looks the same, now we can write our answer. For x minus 5, x minus 2. Just like that. And this is my out, and this is my in. And this is my answer. Always check your work. And how do you know something is wrong? When your insides don't look the same. That's how you know something is wrong. Okay? You saw when I made my mistake, I literally went back. Once you know there's a mistake, you start again and see what did you miss. So then I realized here I did not check all my twos. So I had my greatest common factor here was 4x and not 2x. Okay? Okay, now you do the same thing. You first check if you have a greatest common factor. Now, 2, 3, and 6 don't have a greatest common factor because all your numbers are not even. So you go straight to the jadwal. Here you will do your B, which is 3, and here you will do your A darb C, which is 2 times 6, which is 12. And then you only want positive factors of 12 because your B is positive. Okay? Now, what numbers do you multiply give you 12? 1 and 12. What other number? 2 and 6. What other number? 3 and 4. 5 does not go, 6 does not go, 7 does not go, 8 does not go. Class, I don't need all this space. So you should know your factors of 12. Okay? So those are good. Now add them. Okay? You got 7, you got 8, you got 13. All this do not give you B. So because you don't have B over here, then you say this polynomial is prime. The reason, you should know the reason. Why? This polynomial is prime. It cannot be factored. It cannot be factored because I don't have two factors that I can add, two factors of 12. I don't have two factors of 12. Or maybe it can. If I do negative numbers, no, my answer will still be negative. I will not get a positive B. No, it cannot be factored. I don't have two factors of 12 that I can add to get positive 3. To get positive 3. So that's why it is prime. Okay? Let's try this one. There's no factor of, there's no greatest common factor of 5, 3, and 4. Okay? All right, so we do jadwal. Our B is 3. Our AC is who? 5 times 4, which is 20. All right, what two numbers, what two factors of 20 can we add and get? So this one will also be prime. 1 times 20 is 21. 2 times 10 is 12. 3 does not go into 20. 4 times 5 is 9. 6 does not go, 7 does not go, 8 does not go, 9 does not go, 10 is already here. So I only need this, and I already can tell all of them do not give me 3. Do not give me positive 3. So this polynomial is prime. This polynomial is prime. It cannot be factored. What's your justification? Because I don't have two factors of 20 that I can add to get 3, positive 3. Okay, there you go. All right, let's see. Here, the greatest common factor will be 3. I already know, because I know my times table. So we have 2x squared, we have 69x, and we have 45. Factors of 12, 2 times 3 times x. Factors of 69, 3 times what? 23? Okay, 3 times 23, and 23 is a prime number. And 45 will be 3 times 15. So 3 times 3 times 5. Okay, so that's it. So greatest common factor is 3. So I'll write 3 here. What is remaining? 4x squared plus 23x plus 15. If I distribute this, I should get back here. 3 times 4 is 12x squared. Sorry, 3 times 4x squared is 12x squared. 3 times 23x is 69x. And 3 times 15 is 45. Now I need to do jadwal here. So I'm going to write my answer here. And because I don't want to forget this 3, I will put it here. Then I will open my 2 brackets and I will know whatever remains, I need to come and put it back in that box. So now let's draw our jadwal. So we go here like this. Our B is 23. Our AC is 4 times 15. And 4 times 15 is what? 60. Now I want positive factors of 60 because my B is 60. Sorry, my B is positive. So I want positive factors of 60 only because my B is positive. So 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, 6 times 10, 7 no, 8 no, 9 no, 10 is already here, 11 no, 12 is already here, 13 no, 15, okay. This is 16, this is 17, this is 19, this is 23. So here is our answer. So we can factor it. So this is no, and this is no. Okay, so then let's look between 3 and 20, who is friends of 4, 20, and 3 is friends of 15. So then I will do it here. 4x squared plus 20x plus 3x plus 15. Okay, then let's take this and do this. Okay, so we have 4x squared, which is 2 times 2 times x times x. And we have 20x, which is 2 times 2 times 5 times x. Then the GCF is 4x. GCF is 2 times 2 times x, which is 4x. So 4x bracket x plus 5. Then let's do this one. 3x and 15. This is 3 times x. What is this? 3 times 5. GCF is 3. GCF is 3. So then you write here 3 bracket x plus 5. So this is 4x plus 3 x plus 5. Okay, my insides are the same. Okay, all right, so then I write it here. 4x plus 3 x plus 5. So when you find GCF, make your box for your answer. So you don't forget to write it, because if you miss it, then your answer will not be correct. This 3 is very important. This GCF is very important. It has to go there. Okay, here there is no GCF because 4, 5, and 7 don't have a common factor. All right, so then I just go to my jadwal. My B is -5. My A, that C, is 4 times 7, which is positive 28. But because my B is negative, I will need only negative factors of 28. Yes, I will only need negative factors of 28. So -1 times -28, -2 times -14, -4, because 3 does not go into 28. Okay, so after 3 is 4. So 4 times 7, 4 times -7, 8, 9, 10, all these don't go, 11 don't go, 12 don't go, 13 don't go, 14 is already here. Okay, so now let us add. What is -4 minus, what is -4 plus -7? That should be -11, because 4 plus 7 is 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, this will be -16, and this will be -30, -29, sorry. You're adding -9 plus -28. You get -29. -2 plus -14 will give you -16. Here will be -4 plus that. Now, what do you notice? None of them gave you -5. None of them. So prime. This polynomial is prime. Don't just write prime. Say this polynomial. This polynomial is prime because I don't have two factors of 28 that I can add and give me -5. Okay. There's no common factor between 3, 8, and 15. So I just go to my jadwal. My B is -8. And then my AC is 3 times 15, which is 45. Why do I have a feeling this is prime also? I want two factors of 45. One, or they both must be negative because B is negative. So negative, -45. 2 does not go. 3 and -15. 5 and 9. 6 does not go. 7 does not go. 8 does not go. 9 does not go. 10 no. 11 no. 12 no. 13 no. 15 is already here. So this is prime because this is -14. If I add -5 with -9, I get -14. This is -18. And this is -46. None of them gives me -8. So prime, this polynomial is prime because no two factors of 45 can I add will give me -8. Okay, same here. I don't have a greatest common factor of 5, 23, and 24. Okay. 5 does not multiply with anyone to give me 23. 5 does also not multiply with anyone to give me 24. So that's how I know there's no greatest common factor. So then I just go to my jadwal. My B is 23. My AC is 5 times 24, which should be 120. Okay. Now I want only positive factors of 120. So let's do positive factors of 120. 1 and 120. 2 and 60. 3 and 40. 5 and 14. No, 20 something. 5 and 24. 6 and 20. 7, no, 8 and 15. Let me check. 8 times 15. Yes, I know my times table. 9, no. Yes, because 9 times no one is 12. 120 divide times 9. Yep. 10. 10 and 12. 11, no, 12 is already here. So this is what? 22. This is 23. So therefore, here is my answer. Okay. 15 plus 8 is 23. Okay. All right. So then what do? I do who is friends with 5, 15. 8 is friends with 24. So I will do here 5x squared plus 15x plus 8x plus 24. Okay. Then I do this, and then I do 5x squared and 15x. This becomes 5 times x times x. This becomes 5, start with 3. 3 times 5 times x. And then this and this goes away. So this becomes GCF is 5x. So 5x outside, x plus 3. Now let's do here 8x and 24. 2 times 2 times 2 times x. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times x. So this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. There's no x here. There's no x here. Okay. So my GCF is 8. GCF is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So this is 8x plus 3. How do I know I'm correct? My insides are the same. So what's our answer? Our answer is out, in. Our out is 5x plus 8 and x plus 3. Just like that. Okay. Factor each polynomial. There is no common there's no common factor between 2, 3, and 6. Among 2, 3, and 6. So jadwal. Let's go straight to your jadwal. Your B is 3. your A times C is 2 times -6, which is -12. Okay. So here you will draw a lot of lines because you have to change the negative sign. Okay. Maybe that's enough. All right. What two numbers can I multiply will give me -12? -1 and 12. 1 and -12. -2 and 6. 2 and -6. -3 and 4. 3 and -4. 5 no, 6 no, 7 no, 8 no, 9 no, 10 no, 11 no, 12 no. Okay, this will give me -1. If I add these two numbers, I'll get -1. I will get 1. I will get -4. I will, no, yes, I will get 4. I will get -11. I will get 11. This is prime because I did not get 3 here. See? So this polynomial is prime because I don't have 2 factors of -12 that I can add to give me 3. Okay. I already know my times table, so that I know there's no greatest common factor between these 3 values. So my B is 9. My AC is 2 times -5, which is -10. So I will need negative factors of 10. I will need negative factors that will give me -10. So -1 and 10, -1 and -10, -2 and 5, 2 and -5. So there's no other numbers I can multiply to give us 10. Only 2 and 5 and 1 and 10. Now let's add. This will give me -3. This will give me 3. This will give me -9. And this will give me 9. So here is my answer. So then I look who is friends. So doesn't matter. 10 is still friends with 2. 10 is friends with, so I can leave them the way they are. So I will have 2t squared minus t plus 10t minus 5. So I don't have to switch them. They're already in friendly order. So 2t squared and -t. So this becomes 2 times t times t. This becomes -1 times t. My greatest common factor is t. Greatest common factor is t. T is outside. 2t minus 1. Then here I have 10t -5. 2 times 5 times t. -1 times 5. Greatest common factor is 5. GCF is 5. 5 outside. 2t minus 1. I am correct because my insides are correct. And I do out in t plus 5 to t minus 1. And you box your answer. Just like that. Okay, now no common factor between 2, 1, and 1 and negative 1. So I just go straight to my jadwal. This is 1. There's no rakam there, so I'll put 1. A darb C, this is 2 times negative 1. That is negative 2. Continue. Get factors of negative 2. Factors of negative 2, negative 1 and 2. 1 and negative 2. There is no other. Those are the only two numbers you can multiply to give you 2. Okay. So now add them. You want to see the one that will give you 1. 1 plus negative 2, negative 1, positive 1. This is the one I want. So I can write 2y squared. 2 is friends with 2. So plus 2y minus y minus 1. Or I can just leave them the way they are. So minus y plus 2y. I can do it like that. Does not change anything. I will still get the same answer. So here I will have 2y squared negative y. This becomes 2 times y times y. This becomes negative 1 times y. GCF is y. Y outside, 2y minus 1. Then I have here 2y minus 1. 2 times y and negative 1. I don't have a greatest common factor, so greatest common factor is 1. So I'll have 1 outside, and then I'll have 2y minus 1. How do I know correct? My insides are the same. So out and in, my out is y plus 1. My in is 2y minus 1. And this is our answer. Okay. Then I have this. Let's do this. There is no common factor between 4, 8, and negative 5. So I just go to my jadwal. I'm going to do B, which is 8. And my A darb C, which is 4 darb negative 5, negative 20. So then we put this way. Negative 1 with 20, 1 with 20. 2, negative 2 with 10, 2 with negative 10. Negative 4 with 5, 4 with negative 5. 6 does not go, 7 does not go, 8 does not go, 9 does not go, 10 is already here. Add. This becomes negative 1, this becomes 1. I want 8. This becomes negative 8, this becomes 8. This is my answer. Negative 2 is friends with 4. 10 is friends with 5. So I will write 4h squared minus 2h plus 10h minus 5. Okay, then I will do this. I'll do here 4h squared minus 2h. This is 2 times h times h, negative 1 times 2 times h. So now we have to do 10h and then negative 5. This will be 2 times 5 times h. This will be negative 1 times 5. Here we have h and we have 2. So GCF is 2h. 2 times h, which is 2h. So 2h outside, inside will be h minus 1. Now, okay. Okay, we are missing something. 2. 2 times 2, yes. So here will be 2h, like that. Okay. There you go. Yep, we are good. Okay, now here, our GCF is 5. And then 5 outside. Inside is 2h minus 1. I am correct. So now let's write our answer. Out. In. Out is whole. 2h plus 5. Because this is positive 5. And then our in, 2h minus 1. Okay. Now, find the square root of these two people. Okay. So square root of q squared is q. And square root of 121 is 11. So what's the kanun after each polynomial? So this will be q minus, doesn't matter, you can start with plus. Then we will check our work. Q minus 11, q plus 11. And let's see. This should be our answer. Okay, let me confirm. Q times q, q squared, q times 11, positive 11q, 11, negative 11 times q, negative 11q, negative 11 times positive 11, negative 121. This becomes 0. So q squared minus 121, giving us the question. So once you write your work, solve it to confirm that your answer is correct. All right, so here you do the square root of r of the first term and the square root of the second term. This will give you r squared, and this will give you k squared. So your answer is r squared minus k squared and r squared plus k squared. And box your answer. And you can check your work. R squared times r squared, that gives you r to the 4th power. And then r squared times positive k squared, positive r squared, k squared. Negative k squared times r squared, negative r squared, k squared. This goes away. Negative k squared times positive k squared, negative k to the 4th power. And r to the 4th power minus k to the 4th power is the same as your question. So that makes that correct. So when you solve, please check your work. Square root of w to the 4th power and square root of 625. This will give me w to the 2nd power, and this will give me 15, not 15, 25. This will give me 25. Then I open 2 brackets, one with negative, one with positive, and then I just write my answers to my square roots. And there is my answer. Same thing here, square root r squared is r, square root 9t squared is 3t. 2 brackets, r minus 3t and r plus 3t. And you box your answer. Okay. This one, square root of h to the 4th power becomes h squared, and square root of 256 is 14 or something. I don't know, 16. 16. Yes, 14 is 196. So 2 brackets. So we have 2 brackets, and then that will be h squared minus 16, h squared plus 16. Okay. We will stop here. We will continue. I will continue the next video. Okay. Give me a minute. I'll be back with you. Give me 1 minute.